All right. So in the last video, we kind of built the infrastructure for doing custom attributes for our different entities, and now we're going to actually dig into be able to manage them. Before we do that, there's one thing I want to jump into. So in the previous version, let's see if I get this up. Yep. So in the previous version, I tried doing something in this concern where we would we do included do, and then here we would add the attributes. And then as soon as I actually started thinking about it, this obviously wouldn't work. This is going to be put onto the company, for example. So the company, we can't add that to the company class because the attributes are going to depend on the account that is attached to and what attributes are set up on there. So we can't just universally add them. So what we needed to do is actually, so how I set this up was using method missing. So with this method missing, I actually think about rewriting this a little bit to be a little bit cleaner, but we basically grab the method name, and if it has a key that has a method name, then we just return that value from the entity attributes. And if it has a key equals, then we're going to assign it. So that's how we set that up. So that works. So that's how we have this going for the custom attributes. But for today, we actually are going to want to be able to manage that from the interface. So we are going to do a Rails GR spec feature. Users can manage entity attributes. All right, and like always, we're going to grab this from the existing one, but we want to do a little bit extra setup for this. So we have a user, we've got their account. We want to do user dot, we want to go, what should we do on here? User dot accounts dot first dot entity types, and we're going to create a new entity type, and this is going to be name companies type company. I think that should be good here. We'll just make sure this is sane. All right, so we're going to click on select. We're then going to go click on settings, click on entity types, which are probably going to end up changing. So in this entity types page, we're going to click on et.name, click on add attribute. Here we want to be able to, I don't know, fill in name with industry, fill in key with industry, and select string from type. And let me see, is there anything else that I need to do for this? I think that should cover it. Let me just pull up my database. So for our entity attributes, it has the entity type, industry, key, and type. Yep, so that should be good. And then we're gonna click on create entity attribute. So then we can go click on industry, fill in name with industry plus, and click on update entity. And we expect the page to have content industry plus, and what else? And we can go click on archive. Let's not worry about that right now. So at this point, we also want to be able to archive and edit on entity and view on entity. But we're probably not going to get to that in today's video. All right, so let's run this and see where we get. And yeah, that does look good, so we can just get rid of this. So this is actually created by the system for when I do the migrations. It's something actually we probably need to build into the accounts, but that's fine for now. Okay. Biggest match tones settings. So we'll just click on. We're going to match first. And can't find any entity types. Nope, of course not. Okay, so for this, we are going to need to go into the views shared, and this is in the user settings. So this is going to not need to go to the settings email accounts path. This is going to need to go to the settings path, which should now yell about. Yep. So in here, we're going to change this to a resource called settings. This is going to only have show. It doesn't have a settings controller. No, it does not. Show is missing. Yep. This is going to end up being shown on a bunch of places. So we're just going to have our menu. Alright, this should now be good. And it's playing with another route. Yep. Alright, so in here, we're actually running into a little bit of a problem. So if we go to the manage email account spec, so we can't click on add, so we want to click on email accounts. So now this is giving us a problem because this email account can't find it because it's in the settings. So for our route, I believe I always forget this because I do it once and then I don't do it again for a while. So let's check it. Settings, email accounts. No, that's a module. Settings, email accounts, yep. So it actually should only be down here. All right, so settings. So we're going to settings path, and that's going to settings show. Settings email account, that's going to settings email account. All right, that looks good. So now if we go back to so if we run this now, good. And here we can now probably get one step further. Especially if I run the right script. There we go. Settings, entity types controller. Perfect. Can I put this into a module and then, nope, okay. So again, this is going to be setting up the CRUD for a new section. All right, so it's conflicting with the nav at the top, and that's what's the problem. So let's hop that into there. So All right, so entity type name, and we want to probably have something that's like, I don't know, edit. Something like that. Still going to complain about the each for nil, naturally. All right, do I actually want to have this be the edit page? Because I'm not really editing the entity type itself. Yeah, you kind of are. Okay. All right. All right. So this is going to be the add attribute. This is going to be a new settings key type attribute path for the entity type. Roots, eh? Nope. Entity type, entity attribute. That's not long. Blah. Okay, so we're going to pull this based off the params entity type ID, and we're going to pass in the entity attribute equals entity attribute dot new all right. All right, form with I think this is going to need a settings too. Just scope it in. All right, form dot input name. And now it's looking for a key. Good. Type. Now I haven't set up selects yet, so that's on the to-do list. So form.label and you complain about that option. Yep, that doesn't exist. And this is what? Options for entity. Ironically, that was the perfect place for it. All right, so options equals entity attribute dot types dot map All right, and that's happening because we do not have the type enum set up. So types are going to be string, and I don't know. That's all we'll do for now. All right. All right, so we're going to redirect to the can I do this? Settings. Yeah, let's find out. So we have a name, a key, and a type. just do this? I don't think I can. Huh. I actually think I can. What is it? Current path, I think. Setting entity types 37. Edit. Yeah, that works. Interesting. I tried that on a whim. Looks like Rails is magic. Okay. Cannot find link or button to industry. All right, so the entity type, edit. That's why, because we don't have them listed. Entity type dot entity attributes dot each do Okay, and that is happening because these are not shallow. Edit settings, entity. Link to entity type. And is that dumping even from there? Yeah, that's even being shallow there. I don't want it to be that shallow. So let's see what the roads are right now for this. So this is complaining about the edit settings entity path. Entity attribute. So I actually do want this to be partially shallow. I'm going to have to do a little bit of looking into that to see what's going on there. Because I do want to keep that namespace. What if I have to put that in there explicitly? Shallow true, namespace, settings. Something like that. Yeah, so I get all the settings. And I have to play with that. For now, I'll take that out. which is not going to be great, and I'll have to fix that and probably fix that later. All right, so this is going to be the edit settings, entity type, entity attribute. I want to get rid of that. That's what I'm primarily. I still want to keep the settings part of the path. To the attributes, we're going to do the edit. And this is basically going to be the same as the new. Cool. All right, so let's see what that looks like. So if we go to the settings, so we can go to email accounts, or we can go to the entity types. So we have companies and people. So if I go to companies, I can see my industry one. Go to people, I can come in here and say favorite drink. Great. If I go back to the people, the companies rather, I can add an attribute. Lead status. So this should be a drop down. But for now, we won't need to do that. Spider company is macro hard. Industry is flooring. Lead status is blank. So we can't edit this yet. But if I go into the database, look at the companies, and do lead status test customer. We know a customer. So that's working. Let's just do the management side of creating and managing those attributes. So the last step of this will be letting us edit them. I guess there's two kind of major steps. One is to edit them, and then I'll probably have to do a few things towards this system managing thing. So we automatically create the account. It needs to create the entity types for those two, for the people and the companies. But that really kind of gets the major functions in place for doing that.